I'm sure most would agree that Jerron Boots Ennis is arguably one of the most entertaining fighters in the sport of boxing today. And whether you like him or not, we're all waiting to see where his career goes. The news of Ennis inking a deal with Matchroom Boxing came out of left field, even though Boots took to social media to let fans know some shit was going down. It also brought more clarity to more recent posts from Conor Benn, who basically implied that he's either calling Boots out or that a fight between the two is already in the works. Of course, the real fight everyone wants to see is Ennis vs. Crawford, and since Bud is a free agent, this move might have not only made the possibility of that fight more realistic, but it seems to be the main objective according to what promoter Eddie Hearn and Boots himself are saying. And since the suspicion is that PBC was once again trying to blackball Crawford after trying to leapfrog Earl Spence Jr. into the Sebastian Fundora sweepstakes, one could understand the logic for any optimism behind Ennis vs. Crawford being made on the zone. Ennis himself is still adamant about facing Crawford for Undisputed, and with his most recent comments, it's pretty self-explanatory that he ain't budging. Boots believes there's really no other big fight out there for Crawford and simply suggested, fight me or fight nobody. He even went as far as to basically ask Bud not to be like Canelo. And although Canelo has clearly let it be known that he's not trying to face David Benavidez, we've yet to see or hear the same energy from Crawford other than he doesn't believe Boots is ready. A lot believe Crawford is ducking, and although I disagree, I will say if we're here sitting here a year from now having this same conversation, that's not going to be a good look for Team Crawford if there are no attempts or negotiations. Both fighters are very active on social media, and it seems that over the last few months, Ennis has been sending cryptic messages on some of his captions. So of course, when people see Bud posting shit like this on there, we start to question what this really means, and if it's subliminal towards anyone. I'm sure most would like to believe he's sending a general message to Boots and anyone else who may think he's not ready for whatever comes his way. And although that very well may be true, is he really the one doing the hunting here? Because if the line reference was just a hint towards Jermell Charlo, Bub might as well let it be known if he's headed in that direction, because he's obviously campaigning at 154 for Fundora's WBC and WBO world titles, and Mel was the undisputed champion he set out to face in the first place before he wanted to tease him about his loss to Canelo and then dared the possibility of a bout between the two. We know Ennis already has an opponent for his next fight, and we should be finding out who that is shortly according to him. Eddie Hearn stated that it's supposed to be Cody Crowley, basically debunking the idea of Ennis vs. Conor Benn. All in all, I believe this was the best move for Boots personally, because the truth is, Matchroom doesn't really have a fighter like him. With that style and those gifts, I mean, Ennis is not only young, hungry, and strong, but it's like I said before, he's almost like a hybrid of Crawford and Spence. Matter of fact, he even went out his way to entertain moving up to 154 for an Earl Spence fight. Said he's willing to face any and everyone on some Kendrick Lamar Drake shit. Boots wants all the smoke, and it's like I told niggas, man, he's the KD answer to MJ's Kobe or LeBron question. Not to mention the athleticism. I'm pretty sure this motherfucker could have been a safety for the Philadelphia Eagles if he really wanted to. We know that Sean Porter isn't the first person to compare this dude to Roy Jones Jr., and I'm sure he won't be the last, because Boots Ennis' talent is so obviously transparent during the eye test that folks made a whole video calling this man a shapeshifter. Imagine being so impressive in your performance that people don't believe you're a real person, dog. Let's just say, if Boots did have any superpowers, he may not be your ideal X-Men, but there's always room for Jax. Shit, if you know like I know, Eddie Hearn goes to the extreme lengths to give his stars maximum exposure, so it's no surprise why he went and signed Jerron Boots Ennis the Menace, as I like to call him. Pop off.